everyone, and welcome to UNF2 Round 3 here at the Hungary in Budapest, Hungary. I'm ROP, aka PS4 F1, and I'm joined in the booth by Frecci Viola. Frecci, say hello.
Hey Pepsi, it's great to be back here with you today. I'm really looking forward to this race here. So yeah, let's get ready to kick things off.
Yeah, we will get ready to kick things off. Now, during the first 20 minutes worth of qualifying, which you have not seen so far, we'll do a quick rundown of what's happened. Cross Tommy set the pole with his soft tires. Now he's currently in pits, switching into a set of mediums. Young Chestappen and Slotty Bang both crashed during qualifying and were forced to retire the car. Noah is currently sitting in P4, but just before we hit the air, he got a 5-race grid penalty for blocking. So he's gonna be down the order regardless. Other than that, as you can see, 8,000 in 5th, JWM in 6th, Fruity in 7th, Toss My Salad in 8th, Sogo Crazy in 9th, Timid, the winner of last week's sprint race in 10th, Jingo's in 11th, and J707 has an LLP 3 penalty, so he, I believe, can't start qualifying if I'm not mistaken. Am I correct, Frecci?
Yes, he's unfortunately out of qualifying this week.
Which means that shows you have to be clean during these races if you want to qualify. Qualifying is a privilege, not a right. But anyway, as you can see that Noah, 8,000, Toss, Sogo, Timid, and Jingos have all not used their soft tires yet, so they could try to improve. While Cross and JWM Films have used their softs along with Fruity. So it will be interesting to see if anyone can try to catch the time that Cross set of 1:27.936.
Fantastic rundown there from you, Pepsi. It looks like Jingos is getting ready to go on his first flyer, warming up those soft tires.
Yep, it does take a couple laps to, sorry to cut you off, I was going to say it does take a couple laps for these tires to warm up from personal experience, so it will be kind of interesting to see if he gets it right away, or if it takes him a lap or two to get used to the car's heading. As the car is coming out of pit road, so yep, he will not raise much trouble, as Timid's also, is that Timid's? No, that's...
Ooh, yeah, see, as you see there, it goes real deep.
Correct. So yeah, he's gonna have to probably just pack it in and go for another lap, because who knows. As it looks like in the weather forecast, there is no rain scheduled, at least from our meteorologist. He said there's no rain in the forecast, but again, how can you trust the meteorologist these days? So who knows, knowing our luck, it may rain within 5 minutes of quality. But as the sun's shining, it looks like that probably will not happen. As Jingos also goes wide, but he did set a fast purple sector 1, at least according to the map. So even though
yeah,
he
I wonder if that's a
corner,
glitch. I wonder if that's a glitch there.
True, because he overcooked the corner. Either Cross didn't set a really good lap, or the cracks really rubbered. As now he's starting to get in sector 2 here, hitting those corners nicely, it seems. As he hits that apex pretty well, as he gets a good run out. Could have took it a little wider. Both me and you have done a couple laps in practice with some of the boys at this track. There's anything you like to say about these cars at this track?
Yeah, there's one point I did want to make as Jingos went a little bit deep in that first corner. One thing that drivers really overlook is getting the brakes warmed up on their first outlap. You're always looking to warm up the tires and everything, but I think what Jingos overlooked there was warming up the brakes. So something you got to look at in these cars, always be checking on the temperatures.
Correct.
Let's see what kind of time he sets here.
Nope, he only sets to 131. That was a glitch.
Yeah,
He's
so
not even anywhere close.
He really lost a lot of time, especially in that first corner.
Timmins is also on a flyer.
Timbed is on a flyer, yeah. That's somebody I was going to point out during his outlap. Let's see what he can do here. He just keeps it real tight in that first corner, activates the DRS. Nice tight racing line.
As he takes that corner kind of well. He did what?
He loses
spun the back end there.
Yeah.
So it does just show that even the best can make mistakes.
Yep, he's going to be one of our favorites here. So yeah, we got the purple sector glitching a bit, I think here today. Thanks again, Codemasters. But
I mean, they do make a good game, considering EA may take over the license soon. Maybe those people at Codemasters may be out because they like to buy in the off studios. So, but we shall see. Anyway, but maybe I for one hope that our EA overloads are nice to us. But that's like wishing on a star. Anyway, Cross Tommy has left the session.
oh, it looks like they'll get him an invite.
Yep, Frecci can do that because I am currently on broadcast. It's also not letting me share the link in the chats because of certain things, so Frecci, you can also take a look at that. Always, it looks like, I don't know who that was, but he kind of impeded Timid's line going through that corner. No, Jingo, someone's line. I think that was Sogo Brazy. Anyways, we kind of just covered the field here. Most people are just doing laps here, but it's not really much to really report on because either they're on old mediums or whatnot. Actually, Timid is actually fifth.
Timbet's at a 128.5. He's coming around for a second flyer, so this is looking to be a better time here. Let's see if he can improve on, because remember he had that spin upcoming here into turn 3.
So he definitely should.
This time he keeps it nice and tight. You really want to stay away from those white curves on this track.
I hate to interrupt, but 8,000 RPM just set number 2 on the timesheets with a 128.0. So it is a beatable lap from Cross. And if Cross
yeah, wow, we have some guys putting in some absolute flyers right now.
Because Cross Tommy did start the tires on the soft, so he's not going to have a fresh set of softs to qualify on when he gets back, if he gets back.
This is a really good lap from Timber. Let's make sure whoever's in front of him doesn't impede. Yeah,
that is his teammate, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's not his teammate. I think I'm blind. Anyway, as Timid is taking the final corners here, he's out of sector 2, going to start sector 3. He is up on his time by a wide margin, so this is going to be a good lap. Right now, it would slot him probably P2. If he can get the step run right, he could even get P1 if he's lucky. Takes that last corner kind of well, punches it out. Good exit. Gonna have one more corner to go here. He's gonna take the apex. He's gonna run on the outside, and it's going to be a nice exit. No extending track limits, and it's going to be a 127 corner. That will be a pole lap.
By a wide margin. Wow, that was a beautiful lap by Timid. He kept it tight in all the corners there. Beautifully. Let's see if he cools it down here, or if he's going to go for another. Oh, spins it out.
Cross,
he's a little bit excited from that pole, probably.
Fretch, I hate to sing the bounds, but Cross cannot rejoin. He's saying that in the chat, so we may have to let qualifying run out and reset lobby. I'm just letting you know right now. Yeah, this is live TV, folks, so sometimes news breaks, and if Cross cannot rejoin, we may have to reset the lobby and use qualifying time set here. So there'll be a slight intermission, but the broadcast will keep going, and we will try to keep you entertained while we set these things up. But we will worry about that when it comes. So Fretch, if you can get on the horn and check that, while I will entertain the rest.
I got him, don't worry about it.
Alright, just making sure. Well, we'll take a look at the chat here. Tom McMahon is kind of sorry, and yeah, he is very sorry that he is very sorry. Yeah, so hopefully Cross can, we'll get Cross back in here because we can't have a race without the points leader. As we look to the rest of the field, 8,000 RPM. He's on lap 2. He's in sector, I believe he's currently, yep, he's going for the S section right here. The little
Noah just went P3.
Yep. So he did have a front, but he has a 5-place grid penalty, so he will fall regardless of where he is. 8,000 RPM, currently in 4th. He's on a flyer. Let me see if he's improved. We'll see if when he comes to this section here. SoCo Crazy's ahead of him. So let's see. SoCo Crazy is down at his time. 8,000 RPM is running about the same. So unless he has a good sector 3, he's probably not going to improve. But he's not that far away from Noah, so again, who knows? Maybe he had a bad sector 3. He's going to take the last couple corners here. Going to get a nice run up and takes it relatively nice. Could have took it maybe a little tighter. As he runs out, no invalidation. Yeah. He's going to cross the line. No improvement. 0.012 off. So I don't think he's going to have much. He's got probably one more lap before he runs out of fuel. So we shall see. Other than that, we have a minute left in the session. We're going to look around here. SoCo Crazy, he's currently in 10th. He's on his out lap. Jingles is on his out lap again. He'll try one more push.
JWM is still pushing. See if he can improve. I don't know if he can.
JWM's currently there, so let's see. Jingles is
he just touches that white curb and spins it off. That's tough for Jacob. JWM.
He had so much hype going into the preseason. So far, I'm not going to say he's under-delivered, but he just hasn't shown what he's shown in the preseason. Maybe he's just good at Abu Dhabi, but he hasn't shown
on the F, he was really a big fan of the F2 2019 cars. I think the 2020 cars have maybe kind of evened out the playing field a bit.
Because it's kind of a love-hate relationship. Some people like him, some people hate him. So maybe that did affect him mentality-wise. As Jingles has started a lap, I think he's actually validated. So that will be the end for him. Noah has retired. I don't think Toss went P2, and he's retired as well. So I don't think anything else will improve. 8,000
Oh
coming
wow,
across the line
and it
here.
looks like it's a Wi-Fi issue for Cross Tommy. He's not going to be able to rejoin the race.
So nope, so it's not a kicking issue, it's a Wi-Fi issue. Alright. He said go without me. I'm sorting through chats here, getting some breaking news here. As when we look around here, yep, I don't think really anyone else is currently on a flyer, so... Except Jingo's, but Jingo's is invalidated, at least according to the map, so I think this is how it's going to set, bearing any random changes. Timid will start P1, Toss will be P2, Cross is not going to be able to rejoin, so it's going to be, technically it's going to be 8,000 in third, because, well actually no, because Cross was AI, I don't know if his AI will be there, I think it will, because when you leave during qualifying, when you leave during qualifying, does it put you back on the grid?
There may be a 65 overall AI ghost, which is got a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is.
If some
These things happen.
Yep, it does. If by some miracle he can fix his internet and get him back in here, he could possibly rejoin us. So it's not all doom and gloom. He does have a big points lead cushion. So again, anything is possible. So. And it's best it happened now. I think Cross is thanking his lucky stars that it happened now and not yesterday during the Japanese race where he had a chance for the title.
Yeah, he's probably pretty thankful that the schedules have been reversed for the final 2 weeks of UNF1, and this didn't happen in his big moment.
Sadly, he couldn't pull it off, but yeah, that would have been even worse if his internet failed and he didn't even have a chance to retaliate. But you look for the rest of the field. Yep. And we're just waiting.
So that's congratulations to Timbed, who gets his first pole position here in UNF2. And followed up. If you want to run down the order, Pepsi.
Yep. Timid BJE sets a pole lap here, and he said with the 127.483. Toss Misal not that far behind. In second, Cross Tommy, whose AI will be starting a third, and if he can rejoin, again, who knows? Noah in fourth, but he's got a 5-pace grid penalty, would knock him down to ninth, so de facto P4 will go to 8,000 RPM. Young Chastappen will then be in fifth, Slotty Bang will be in sixth, JWM will be in seventh, Crudity will be in eighth, Noah then will slot in the ninth, SoCro Brazy will be 10th, Jingos will be 11th, and J707 with the penalty couldn't qualify, so he'll be starting P last in 12th. It is worth noting that Timid and Toss have both really turned it up during Austria and Bahrain, so they could be the threats to cross Tommy's current throne. So as we wait for the featured race here, again, a quick rule reminder, because again, we do have new viewers that show up every day, every week to check the page, that there's a featured race, which is 50% long, and a sprint race, which is 25% long. The featured race is going to be a mandatory one-tire pit stop. So if you start on soft, you have to go to medium and vice versa. During the sprint race, which is 25%, the 1 through 8, the grid will be in reverse order. So if you finish P8, you'll start P1, and there'll be no mandatory tire pit stops during that 25% race. So that basically explains the rules. As we wait for everyone to get ready on the grid, they can make their last-minute adjustments, last-minute changes to anything, maybe try a different strategy if they're feeling comfortable. As we wait, do you have any predictions for the race, Fretcha?
Yeah, if Timbed here can get a clean start away and pull a gap, I really have I really think that he can pull it off. So I think he's a talented driver. If we saw there on his hot lap, he really kept it tight in all the corners, and he did a good job.
That is correct. Sorry, I was just looking at the chat again. Sorry, just want to make sure everything is good. So anyway, yep, as Timid goes on a formation lap here, yep, Cross Tommy's AI is in third, so he will be kind of just a moving chicane for these drivers, but luckily he'll be ghosted, so not too much challenge for the drivers, but again, chaos could reign. As Timid is just kind of driving away, here's kind of pulling across Tommy's, like say, taking the formation lap, kind of at a very fast pace, while everyone else usually takes it a bit slower. I don't know if that's just kind of like a mentality thing where Cross likes to take it uber fast, or if it's a situation where he's just like, it's race time. But now it looks like actually Timid has slowed down. So as we look at the rest,
some people have different philosophies on tire management. They want to get to the end of the lap and go to the last few corners and try to heat up the tires as much as possible.
It is worth noting that every driver is starting on softs except for Noah and Knife, who will be starting on mediums. So Noah is looking to try to make a longer strategy work, while everyone else is going to probably go soft to medium, while Noah's going medium to soft. Again, as we look through, again, the rest of the field here, as we just wait for them to kind of drive around here, we'll have a little bit more action to commentate as they join, but as we look here, I just think right now it's a two-horse race between Timid and Toss. Again, anything can happen. Young Chest App has shown some glimpses of pace, but he's had problems keeping his nose, because actually he is blowing away on the formation lap. Does he know it's a formation lap? He is currently... Oh, Cross Tommy has rejoined by a miracle.
There we go. Cross Tommy's... Yep, beautiful.
But, yeah, so he will be here to start the race, so... Emergency situation, he will be back, so...
We've got a race on our hands.
As it looks like, I think all the drivers were kind of happy that he wasn't here, because it was going to be a little bit easier, but now Cross Tommy's back. You can't get rid of him that easy. He's like a disease. He'll come back when you don't expect want him to. But anyway, as Young Chest Appen sped to the line on the safety, the formation lap here, he is only slotted P5. We already did the rundown during qualifying, as you can see the grid here, as we wait for the line up here, as we are waiting for the 5 red lights, as the last driver, J77, slots in his position, and we are ready to go here for 19 laps of the Hungary Grand Prix, and the 5 red lights, and it is go time, as we have to wait for a second, because I don't know why Codemasters does this. We wait a good second here, cars are jittering, and now we are off, as we are heading into turn 1 here, as it looks like Toss My Salad takes the angle. As actually, no, Timid gets a good jump off the line, as it looks like one of the cars gets in the grass here. Oh, the Crudy trying to make a move.
Wow.
As it looks like everyone kind of keeps it clean. One car does go wide into turn 1, but it looks like the rest of the field is relatively okay, unscathed. It looks like Noah lost a lot of positions there, though, did go wide, but everyone else is kept the fenders clean. No damage to report, as we do have a big battle. Oh, his Young Just App goes around and he collects 8,000 RPM. As he lost the back end and he hits the wall, he's got damage. I think 8,000 RPM is relatively okay. No damage I can report, but 8,000 RPM must be fuming in that cockpit for what just happened. As we take a look for the field here, yep, Timid has pulled away. Toss himself in second. Sly is getting hung by Young Chastappen. Actually, I don't think that was actually Young Chastappen. My mistake. That was the other car. So, sorry, Young Chastappen. I miscredit, unless the scorecard's updated. No, actually,
yeah,
it was
there's some kind of glitch going on with the scorecard.
Actually, that was JWM and Cross Tommy, if I'm not mistaken. That was actually Cross Tommy that lost the back end. So, my mistake, we missed up the colors. Again, rookie mistake happens here, but that was Cross Tommy that actually collected JWM and not 8,000 RPM. As we got a battle here, as it looks like A77 makes an aggressive move on Soko Brazy, then Noah kind of pushes him wide, and Soko Brazy gets hooked into the wall as he collects Jingos. And he's going to have damage. Both of them are going to have damage, and Jingo's going to have to throw down pit road, and Soko Brazy's also just going to drive it down pit road. So we do have a
Cross Tommy falls behind.
Correct, as we do have a chaotic lap 1 and 5-second time penalty for... And Young Chess Abbott has spun it again. You think he'd run a higher traction if he keeps spinning it during race by race, but... Again, the pride is worse than the fall. But, anyways, we look for the field here. As we sort through the rest of the field, Timid has just kind of collected away here. And he did set a fast sector 1. Toss is getting hotted by Slotty. Slotty's looking to try to make a move for P2, but he's got a little bit of a distance, so he'll have to work his way. Hungary is not really known as a passing track, so he's just going to have to bide his time and hope he can find a spot. Crudity in 4th, 8,000 in 5th, J77 in 6th, Noah in 7th, somewhat off the pack, JWM in 8th, and Young Chest Abbott after spinning in 9th. But Soko, Brazy, Jingos, and Cross are now all just leaving the pit lane, so I don't want to say it's DOA on their chances of winning this race or finishing well, but they're going to need some luck to get back in this, and that's not what Cross wanted after rejoining.
J707 has been on a march so far. He's started in P12 and he's made up 6 places. He's in P6 right now, and looks like he's gaining time on 8,000 RPM.
That is correct. As Tossman's out,
as the commentator curse gets J707.
He just spun.
It.
I was just looking up for the rest of the field up to the front, but yeah, it's just that corner. It just feels like these cars have loose back end, so you can spin it. As Toss Myself does set the fastest lap of the race. Since Cross Tommy is in 12th, this is a good chance for drivers to capitalize and get some good points on trying to catch up to his gap. as J-Sub said, it looks like Toss is cutting into it a little bit, but Slotty's also cutting into Toss. As JW
Yeah, I was gonna say Slotty Bag looks like he's driving beautifully right now. From what I see, he's gaining time. He's been gaining time on Toss. He's been hitting. He looks like he's being patient right now as well.
Correct. As he looks like, but again, it's not really a passing track here in Hungary, so he's gonna have to just bide his time and hope he can make that move. He's got to hope it's really Toss kind of gets close or use the DRS. Oh, as Timmy hits the curb,
loses
as he
it.
turns, he lost it.
Oh no! See, that's just
down.
what happens in these F2 cars. Just that you can lose it at a moment's notice. You have to have ultra focus.
Correct. Because as you saw on the onboard, I was riding on with Slotty Bang there. He just hit that white curb of death. It's just, even in the UNF1 race we went here, not Sir Vapor, and everyone just kind of got close to that corner. And it's just like that Bahrain corner too, where it's just that sweeping right, where if you touched the curb, you're going around, no matter what you do. And it happens to the best of us, and it happened to Timid there too. I don't think he's got damage as far as I can tell. It doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have any damage, so he got lucky without any damage. But
it was just a clean spin. He just lost the back end.
Correct.
His P1 has fell right into the lap of Taos My Stylid right now. As he's starting to gain a little bit of time with that clean air. He's got a 1 second gap to Slotty Bang.
As Slotty Bang, it is just out of DRS range.
Just has activated the DRS. He's just activated the DRS. Slotty Bang.
So he wasn't. I thought he was just out of DRS range. He scored in the interval, so I guess they gave it to him. So that's good on him. So it does look like though the spin costs him a bit of time because he's only half a second off.
It's going to be crucial right now for Slotty Bang to cut into this lead while they're still early on the tires. It's just a purple per sector.
Correct. I was just about to bring that up. Everyone 8th on up has not pitted yet, while 9th down and 12th has pitted, so they all still have to pit. I know that's kind of just a gimme, but just want to reiterate because a lot of things have happened in the first couple laps.
Because it looks like Noah is the only one that's leading on that medium tire strategy.
Cross Tommy has left session, so I guess
timed out again. Yep.
So whatever his
Wi-Fi is.
I didn't want to cut you off. I wanted to finish. I was just going to iterate what you said. Was basically, his Wi-Fi must be acting up. So I guess he's going to have to pull behind the wall and hope he can try to fix again for the sprint race. So Crazy retired. Did he crash? I don't have a good look on it. I think he, because there's no safety cars on. So if he did retire on track, it wouldn't be a cause of a safety car.
It looks like I see. After turn 1, we'll see here with Taos My Stylid if we can see what happened with the car.
I think the car may disappear before them. No, his AI is going now, so yeah, he just retired. As you can see, his car is still going, so yeah, he retired. No spin.
So that's gonna be sent to the stewards for retirement on track.
As Timid also, to add insult to injury, sped in the pit lane. I say this every bloody week, it seems, but I just don't find how hard it is to speed in the pit lane. You want to get those extra times, but if you're behind the 8 ball, I feel like you take it a bit more conservatively. But that's just my 2 cents. Because it doesn't look like they updated the fire suits for the pit crews, but then again, it took forever to get the F2 update, so I wouldn't be shocked, as he does put on the mediums. Anyway, as we report back up the front, so he did have to move here, 8,000 RPM, took that corner kind of wide there, as it looks like 8,000's hounding Crudy's rear end, while Slowdy is currently hounding Toss My Stylid's rear end. Both of them trying to look to make moves, as the ART boys are looking to make a podium happen here. As Toss kind of goes wide in that corner there, and can allow Slowdy to catch up. As, really other than that, nothing else is really reporting, except those kind of close battles for the lead. Nothing else is really happening in the rest of the field here. As Jingles looks like he's actually going to try to pass Cross's AI, but since Cross is not here, that's relatively easy since he's a 65 AI. Do you see anything worth noting, Fretch? Because anything you want to report?
Well, yeah, we just got 8,000 RPM on the back of Crudity, and then we got Slotty Bang trying to close the gap on Toss My Stylid, which is probably the most interesting. Is he's got DRS right now. He's going to activate it, but Toss My Stylid got a better exit there. He's still pulling away. He's still pulling away without.
Yeah, I don't think
the benefit of DRS.
I don't think Slotty's in a position to really make a move. You got to be out within.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if Slotty Bang has set up more gear towards the corners and Toss My Stylid the opposite, where he's pulling away on the straights.
Yeah, because that's what happened to me during Hungary with Cross, because I had a car that was more set for corners, and Cross had a car set more for straights. So during the straights, he push, and during the corners, I catch, but I just couldn't make the move happen because he had more straight line speed. So
yeah, so it's going to come down to strategy now for Slotty Bang. If he can just bit tight behind toss my salad and remain patient. Save those tires, and maybe, I don't know, what do you think, Pepsi? An undercut?
The undercut's from what I remember, Sly just got a 3-second time penalty, so hold the phone.
Oh, that's rough. I'm on his screen right now. That was a tight one for him. He must have had a couple warnings.
Yep, it is. So anyway, as Slotty is, I was gonna say the undercut would work here. It's a little bit stronger than the overcut. But the question is, would he be in traffic? I think he's got enough distance because the pit stop's around 25 seconds. So he'd come out, I think, in clean air, probably right behind Young Chestappen, around Young Chestappen. So he'd be okay. But, yeah, as actually Slotty's coming to the pit road now to try to get the undercut. He's going to have to get 3 seconds on Toss or just hope that Toss gets a penalty. As Crudity's also coming in the pit road. And 8,000 RPM are staying out. So 8,000 and Toss are staying out one extra lap, it seems, while Slotty and Crudy are coming in. So we'll see if the undercut works.
We'll see how this pans out, yep. J707 has been pushing hard all race. He did pick up a 3-second, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah, he's picked up a 3-second, but he's still got his head down. He's been pushing hard all race. Credit to him, P12 to P3. Barring any
mistakes. JWM proving that he just keeps, like, it just feels there's always that one driver that's going to break over 12 seconds worth of penalties, and it seems like it's going to be Mr. JWM. As we'll ride on board with Toss here, as it looks like, because remember, Slotty and Crudy did come out with a lot of clean air, so they're not going to be held up by anything. So I feel like they'll be able to get that undercut work. Well, Crudy was already ahead of 8,000, so it's not like he's really
it's worth noting to watch Crudy and Saudi right now. It's important to warm up these tires. The first couple laps, you kind of got to be cautious. These F2 cars.
As Noah gets a 3-second time penalty for cutting.
Oh, see there, Slotty kind of spins it a bit. We'll see if Toss brings it into the pits.
So we're going to be watching here. Get your stopwatches at home, boys, because this is going to be probably about 25 seconds. And
8,000 RPM follows.
And currently Slotty's about 29 seconds behind, so Toss should be coming out ahead if my math is correct. While Crudy and 8,000 should be close.
Wow, young Chestappen decides to stay out.
He's no safety car, so there's no point in staying out and hoping you catch one. As Slotty's coming around the final corner here, I just don't think he's going to do it. As we'll ride over with Toss here, he's coming out as we speak. Why they give me the wrong camera there? As he's going to come out. Actually, Slotty's going to cut it close. But corner one,
wow.
Toss is going to take the inside, but he's going to try to switch back.
And now Slotty's got the benefit of the warmer tires.
Correct, but Toss is going to have the fresher tires for one extra lap, but track officials support, so he's going to try to defend with his life.
Oh, gotta watch the white curbs of death.
As it looks like Toss is just going to hold on, and he's going to pinch him, but he's going to hold on. They're going to keep that lead. So, again, this track's not really a passing track, so that may have been the beneficial of Toss, and since Toss doesn't have a penalty, he kind of can take it a bit conservatively. Doesn't have to, as Slotty hits the white curb of death, as you were just saying earlier, and that is going to hurt him.
You hate to see that.
You do.
Steve Crudy now is on the hunt.
Crudy did do the undercut, so it is worth noting that he does have the warm-up tires just like Slotty, so he's going to try to, like a shark in water when he smells blood. But anyway, Noah and Young Stappen, the only two drivers that have not pitted yet. I'm shocked Young Stappen is taking his softs this long, but Noah can go a little bit longer on those mediums, but he does have a 3-second time penalty, so he's kind of just, I guess, hoping that the softs benefit him near the end. Will any of them come in? Noah?
Stappen brings it in the slap.
Correct. And Noah's staying out. So, Toss us out will be de facto P1 when all this is said and done. Slotty will slot in, I guess Slotty will slot in to P2, and Crudy will be third. Timid is actually having somewhat a good recovery drive after spinning. He's currently in, would be P4, but he does have a 3-second time penalty, I believe. No, he actually has a 5-second time penalty for speeding
in the pits.
Thank you for the reminder. So he's currently 2 down on J707.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, I guess, what Noah can do in the back half of this race on the soft tire.
And currently the battle for pole position in the next race, it's currently 8,000 RPM. Currently would be pole sitter. Actually, I think he's about to try pass Young Chestappen, he's close to. But Nah, he's a little bit far back, but he'll be hounding his rear end. But the question is, points are worth more in the feature race than the sprint race. But if you're in 8,000's position, do you just kind of hang back here and just say, all right, I want 8th because I'll start first? Or do you think it doesn't matter?
No, if I'm in 8,000 RPM shoes, I'm not even thinking about the reverse grip position. I'm trying to get all the points possible in the feature race, and if that comes with if it's a decent starting position in the sprint race, then so be it. I think being in the top 8 is where you want to aim for, and it doesn't matter where you finish in that top 8.
True. Because I know some people like being on pole, some people do better kind of starting to the second row. So I mean, like the last 2 sprint race winners didn't start on pole when they won their race, so it doesn't really matter 100%. Cream usually rises to the top, but it's usually like a midfield guy that comes out and pulls it out. But anyway, Noah still hasn't pitted yet, as Toss Myself does set the fastest lap of the race. Jeez, I could not say that word for some reason. As
on the mediums.
And we did forget to bring this up, but Tim at least can be kind of happy, even though he's currently slotted in P6, and he did get 4 points for setting the pole lap. So at least all will not boom boom. He just also just sets
Tim goes ahead and sets the fastest lap now.
Correct. So as we kind of work our way through the field here, Noah is losing time about half a second, it seems, to a second per lap, as 8,000 just did pass Young Chastappen, or well, they're battling right now on track, so we'll cut to them. As it looked like 8,000 got the corner there, but overlocked it. So it looks like really the only real position to pass is on that long straight, where the start-finish straight. It's just kind of waiting for a move there, and then just kind of talking around.
Yeah, they're two talented drivers right here. Chastappen, great defensively. We'll see what 8,000 RPM can do. But he's gonna have to be patient.
But Young Chastappen always seems to have a little bit of an issue when he decides to just the back end decides to go out on him. So we'll see if he can keep it on the grabs for 9 laps. It just twitched. It just twitched. So maybe if I was him, I'd be putting on the traction. I know again it's not a pride thing to put traction on, but if you can keep your position, maybe a little bit smarter. As right now, Cross Tommy's AI is currently getting him a point. I just want to put that in perspective. He's beating out a human driver, which I guess he'll be thanking his lucky stars in his AI. As we do have a yellow flag, as Tim is around, along with J707. I think there may have been contact as they both went in the grass. As Tim would lose the back end again because the tires didn't go in the grass. As Young Chastappen passes him for 6. As 8,000 is going to get stuck behind Timid, so Young Chastappen just seized like a lion on a stake and took the position away from Timid. And then
he sets the fastest lap. Wow, Chastappen right now is absolutely flying, and he's going to be on the hunt. I know right now Charles is absolutely drooling. He's on the back of his teammate right now, and he's on the hunt, as you said.
Cross Tommy rejoined, so again, maybe he's got it fixed. So he's currently in 10th. I don't think there's any real higher he can go, but he's trying to maybe salvage points for the sprint race.
See if he can do a recovery drive in the sprint race.
Does Timid have damage? Let me just check. I think he does. No, his weight looks fine too. So again, it just when it rains it pours. But I was just nogging on Young Chastappen there for running without traction because as Timid goes wide.
Yeah, he goes wide. Those tires are obviously here. Young Chaza goes wide. He's obviously. Oh, he doesn't pick up the penalty.
Nope. Every time
he must have been driving a clean race and just picked up a warning.
Or maybe he did not slow down. He kind of just took that aggressively fast. So I think he just ate the pedal. He's like, all right, I'll eat one. Screw it, I'm not going to lose time. There's a strategy in this game.
You see, guys, if you go deep on a couple corners in these F2 cars, you're going to be paying it in the following sector when your tires are overheating, especially on this Hungarian track.
Yeah, because it feels like every time I compliment Young Chastappen, he does bad, and every time I give him crap, he does good. So maybe I should start giving him more crap, because that seems to be helping him. As it looks like 8,000 RPM is trying to set up for a move here. What a gap is that? Not for some reason. There we go. And no, he didn't get a good exit, because remember, the DRS train's here, so Timot's going to get DRS off Young Chastappen. Young Chastappen's going to get DRS off J707, and 8,000's going to get it off of Timid. Unless Timid gets a little loose. So it looks like 8,000 could try to move her around the outside. Can he make it work?
Oh, it's Young Chaza. Oh, he goes deep into the side of J707.
Correct.
They both recover nicely, though.
I
don't think there's any damage.
Correct. I was on board with 8,000 there, watching that move there. So did get kind of a good look, but as J707 does go wide.
Yep, as was I.
I do want to point out that I think, let me just check the pad.
Wow, this is some great. This is 4 wide racing right now. We got 4 great drivers entrenched in a battle. We'll see who comes. Oh,
he's
this
going for a
Timbed goes
move.
down the inside.
That is an
Wow.
aggressive move. You can't hate him for trying it, but no one really goes for passes
no,
there.
you love to see it. This is wheel-to-wheel racing at its finest.
Correct.
Oh,
and Young Chaz gets a 3 second.
Wheel onto the grass. We'll see Timbed. He's gonna try and dive down the inside here. Brakes.
Timbed.
Young
He
Chaz
gives
brakes
him a
later.
little bit of a wheel touch.
Yeah, a little bit of a tap. They both recover. The switch back onto the inside.
Oh,
don't
no.
touch. Oh, he keeps it nicely onto the white curve. Beautiful move by Timbed.
He does make it work, but yep. 8,000.
Wow, beautiful.
I don't want to keep cutting
And
off.
all that battling has benefited J707. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Pepsi, though. Yeah.
No, I feel like I keep cutting you off because you're doing well, so I don't want to take your storm. But I do want to point out that J707 has a 3 second, Timbed has a 5, Young Chaz has a 3, and 8,000 RPM has no penalties. So right now, 8,000 is going for an aggressive lunge, it seems. But right now, it looks like it's 8,000 RPM's situation because he doesn't have a penalty. While Timbed has a 5, J77 has a 3, Young Chaz has a 3. So if 8,000 keep it up, he beat de facto P3. But the rest are currently still fighting for their UNF2 positions right now. As it looks like, I do like to point out that we do have a rule. In that corner right now that Young Chaz went through, under UNF1 rules, there was no overtaking through that corner. I haven't seen anyone try and move there yet. But I don't know if that...
One point, Noah has still not pitted. Toss My Salad has finally got the overtake on him.
I don't know what he's trying. He was thinking like a stone, yet he figured to stay out.
Yeah, I don't know how. We'll see how far. Yeah,
now
he finally
he's
pits now. We'll see how far he falls down the order.
Unless
and if he can maybe make up to P to get into the sprint race, top 8 in the sprint race.
Because may come out. I think he'll come out ahead of the collusion of 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. But actually, I'm not 100%. They may come out ahead of him. We'll see. As I think Noah did. Did he have a penalty?
Now.
He had a serve. All right. No, they're gonna get him. They're gonna get him, I think, or it's gonna be close.
It's gonna be real close.
J77 is weaving to try to break this. Nope, they got him. They got him by 5, 6, 7, 8 is not clear.
He's gonna come out with him. He's gonna come out with him though. He's in the fight now, and he's on soft tires.
Oh, Young just happened. I'm sorry, Timbed around again.
Timbed's around again. He's lost it. Oh, and 8,000 RPM follows.
Oh,
8,000 RPM is fun.
We got a lot to cover here.
So Viper Noah has just and 8,000 RPM is retired. He's lost the wheel, I think. Wow.
I believe there was a lot.
Viper Noah has benefited tremendously from this. He's now up to P6 on the soft tires, on the back of J707 and Young Chaz. So wow, this is a great fight now.
There's a lot to report there, and I'll have to break it down real fast. But it looked like Timbed was going for a pass on Young Chaz, and he either touched or he got loose. As Noah just got a 3-second time though, so any advantage he would have had, and he gets the back end loose just to make things worse. But it looked like he was trying to go for Timbed was going over to take on Young Chaz. Then he got loose. Then he went in the grass. As it looks like Noah was trying to pass J77, it's a little bit of a defensive move there. Then Timbed went around. Then I guess 8,000 either just lost it or couldn't avoid him, and he also went around. As Noah just passed J707 for 5th.
Yeah, and Timbed is trying to recover nicely now. He's on the back of JWM. But it looked like as you said, Timbed went for a move, lost it. 8,000 RPM, had to make an evasive move, and lost the rear end as well.
Correct.
Spinning his back end into the wall. But that's unfortunate for 8,000 RPM, which is he was driving a beautiful race. As Timbed bumps JWM, spinning him around.
Oh, and Timbed is just going from bad to worse. Like,
Stewards he gives a position back to JWM.
It's going to be interesting in the Stewards roof if he's going to have any instances.
I think it's just I don't think Timbed has done anything particularly dirty.
Bad. No.
I think it's just unfortunate instance where he's lost the rear end. It's just going to maybe come down.
As Young Chaz happened, looked like he got loose there. Sorry to again to cut you off, but he was in 4th and he got a little loose. But
Still got this three-way battle going on.
You are not.
Past J707.
Yep, that happened about a lap or 2 ago. But
a lap ago. Yeah, if I watched it.
No, I just wanted that. No, I was going to segue here because we're not missing anything up front. Toss My Salad's currently got a 5-second lead on Slotty. Slotty's got about a 5-second time penalty. Crudy's 8 behind that. So a 3. So it could be close with sliding Crudy for the 2-3. But as Noah's kind of got those soft tires, so he's hounding young Chastain. And if we take a look at the tire situation, Noah is currently on very fresh softs, while J707 is on 6-lap old mediums, and young Chap's on 5. So Noah should be able to make the move here with DRS.
Oh, as he bumps into the barrier there.
Nah, he did a really good exit though, so...
You got a poor exit after bumping into the barrier there. We'll see though. Yeah, you see how much time he just makes up in the braking zone on the soft tires.
It is going to be interesting because he's got 3 laps, but that's really the only place he's going to really be able to make the pass. So he just has to stay patient and make that pass. Because right now they both have 3-second time penalties, so there's no benefit. As the back end's a little loose there, that's not how I would take that line, but I'm not in Noah's situation. Maybe the car works better for him. As it looks like he's, again, he seems like he gets better runs in certain corners, but he just gets terrible exits. Like he has to play catch up wherever he goes.
Yeah, it's just his racecraft is questionable sometimes. He doesn't know where to play. He's questioning where to place the car. He has great qualifying pace now, great qualifier, but sometimes he's just questioning where to put the car, and something that he's getting better on every race. And when he perfects it, he'll be a scary driver to face.
No, because yeah, we see him in 5-lap races, and we did a Bahrain race with him in F1 cars, and he dominated the field from start to finish in a 5-lap race, but it just seems like he can't put it together for 25 or 50% reigns.
In clean air, he's a driver that you don't want to have to chase.
As we're just, again, nothing is happening up front. You're not really missing anything else throughout the field.
It looks like he's getting a much better exit now.
No, he's really close. He will make this move. He will make this move here.
He's gonna get the move now. We'll see. Yeah, Chaz knows that he's just sitting duck on the mediums. He's gonna let him go.
Oh, but Chaz goes late braking.
See if he makes a switch
little tap
back.
up the bum, but no, he'll keep it. He'll have DRS, but yep, that was relatively clean. The only thing you could say was dirty was Chastain to give it a little tap, but that didn't affect anything, so...
Yeah, no went a little deep into the corner, and Chaz was attempting to switch back.
And there was just nowhere to go, so that was actually kind of good defensing on Noah, because he did kind of hold him off as he just cuts that corner. He's got to be careful, because if he gets another penalty, all that hard work was for nothing. I don't think he can pull another 3 seconds on Chastain. He's fast, but within the time limit, he'd have to pull a second a lap. Possible, but unlikely. As Timid is fighting JWM, and it looks like he's... So that's our next major battle here. As it looks like... Nope, he's going to have to tuck behind. Again, it feels like we're actually doing a real F1 race where leaders are just kind of checked out and we have to look through the midfield for our best battles. But, yeah, as we'll just kind of just look for the field here one more time. Toss still leading, Slotty second, Fruity third. Noah is pulled away. Actually, he's pulled over 1.7 seconds, so mark my words. As Timid and JWM are still fighting, as JWM pushes Timid a little bit wide, but Timid's keeping his foot in it. He's going to take the inside line here, and they side pods touch, wheeled the side pod, and he's going to take the inside corner, and he's going to try to hold it. This is now DRS. I think Timid's held off a little bit there because he knows he wants to get DRS at the detection point. As we're going to ride on board here, I think he's going to get DRS. He's going to get a good exit. Who will get DRS? I bet it is Timid.
It is Timid, yeah.
And he should just pass him by here. JWM going for the late launch. He couldn't fully commit there, but he's going to go a little too deep, and Timid's going to take the position.
And he's got the DRS again.
Correct. As Noah just set the fastest lap of the race, so he is pushing, so their strategy is kind of working. As Timid goes wide, as JWM also spun. So JWM just spun, and Timid went wide, so there goes that battle. I think, again, it will be interesting to see from the steward's room if something happened there. Again, we have eyes on this camera, but sometimes they do switch around the field, so we're only human. Anyway, as it looks like kind of everyone's settled into where they think they're going to finish, penalties will take place, but as Tosper said, we'll start the final lap of the race. We'll take a quick look and see if any real penalties are a situation here. Slotty Bank has a 3-second, but he will definitely finish ahead of Crudity.
Well, it looks like Cross Tommy is going to get up into pole position. If he can close the gap, yeah, he's closing the gap on, yeah.
Wait, let me check intervals.
In the gap with JWM. JWM has an 11-second penalty, so Cross Tommy is going to get P8 and pole position for the sprint race. Wow,
Yep, he
amazing.
is 10 seconds behind, and JWM has 11 seconds worth of penalty, so he will be on de facto P1, which is not something you want to see.
Wow, that's
unless
gonna be
JWM could push an extra second.
It's gonna be an interesting lap 1 now.
We'll keep on penalties here. We'll ride on board. We'll put back on Toss here, as Toss is coming on to start Sector 3. Actually, he's middle Sector 2. Hasn't started Sector 3 yet. There is a slow car ahead of him, but Jingo's cross. Tommy got disqualified for not using a tire compound.
Oh, is he not went into the pit?
So Jingo's will be 9th. And so Cross
failed to use a tire compound.
I have not seen that in years.
Maybe his AI not switched compounds during the pit stop?
Maybe he didn't know. I don't know. That's gonna be interesting. But anyway, we'll check the delta in a minute. But anyway, Toss Sal's coming around the final corner here, and he has not done a thing wrong all day. He started P2, avoided Timmins, and he will win the featured race of the Hungary Grand Prix. As Slotty then slot into P2, and even with the penalty, he will still probably hold P2. Crudity will come home in 3rd because he has no time penalties. Right now, actually, Noah has 6 seconds worth of time penalties, so his position will not hold. So Young Chastapin will take P4. Noah actually may fall down to 6th, depending on how far J707 is back. But right now, Noah is P4. Young Chastapin will take... Actually, never mind. He falls. Actually, never mind. I guess the intervals were a bit off there. So Noah will be P4, Young Chastapin will be P5, J707 will be 6th, Timid will come home in 7th, and JWM Films will be 8th, and Jingos will come home in 9th. What's interesting is that since Cross Tommy got disqualified, he's not even going to get a point because he was in P9, and even if he got to UNF, he would have got 10th. But since he got disqualified, he gets nothing.
I am looking at the race director right now, and it does show that Cross Tommy used a soft and medium compound. So I'm kind of baffled.
Let me check. We'll check the pit stops here. Yeah, Cross Tommy pitted for soft and medium on lap 2 for the front wing, but that was and he pitted. So, that is interesting. He did pit and switched.
Maybe it can be like he's been rejoining, and glitching the game.
Maybe. It will be interesting because we can't do anything give him 8th position, so he has to start where he qualified. But we can maybe give him a point or two where he would have de facto been P9 or P8. But there's not much else we can really do, so we'll have to see, and the stewards will have to come up with a decision. But he's going to be kicking himself because if the game did just screw him, it screwed him out of a P1 starting position. Now he has to start last. As Toss My Salad makes way onto the podium along with his teammate Crudy in 3rd, and Slotty will slide in the 2nd. So relatively good for Toss My Salad. That would be a good gap closer to Cross Tommy because he got no points, or he may get a couple, but not as many as he probably wanted. So he's hoping to keep that form to the sprint race, which will be happening next. I did do a rundown, but we'll do one more quick rundown for you. Toss My Salad in 1st, Slotty in 2nd, Crudity in 3rd, Noah in 4th, Young Chastapin in 5th, J707 in 6th, Timid in 7th, JWM in 8th, Jingos in 9th. 8,000 RPM will round out the points paying positions in 10th, but since he got DNF'd, he will get 0 points. So, yeah, he will get nothing. Slow Coprazy will get nothing as well in 11th, and Cross Tommy gets the wooden spoon by finishing last, but he may have a complaint at the steward's table before this night is through. So anyway, do you have any predictions going into the next race, Fretchy?
Yeah, we'll see here what Timbed can do starting from the P2 position. It's going to be interesting to see if he can get the overtake and start to pull away, make up for that lost pole position in the feature. But also J707, he's a driver to watch as well. He went from P12 all the way to what was that, P6?
I believe P6.
So yeah, that's a really good drive for him.
Looking through the chats here, the driver feeds, Timid and J707 aren't happy with each other, so there is some interesting there that they may not be the most happy. So again, that will be a complaint going to the steward's room. The principal's going to be there all night focusing on these decisions. And as I look for the rest of the chats here as we wait for the session to start, Cross is questioning the penalty, and Yeah, not much really else other than Cross just having some problems. And Sosa not being happy with some slow F words, as we will put him into perspective. But again, the stewards and the commissioner are going to have a field day at the end of this race, deciding what's a penalty, what's not, who gets penalties, and who doesn't. But anyway, as we wait for the second session start here, as they will go around for a formation lap, as it's only 7 laps, no mandatory pit stops. JWM, since he finished 8th, will start off in P1. Timid will be in 2nd, and he was the pole sitter last race, so it'll be interesting to see if he can keep the wheel clean. He could win his 2nd sprint race in a row. J707 in 3rd, Young Chestappen in 4th, Noah in 5th, Crudity in 6th, Slotty Bang in 7th, and Toss Salad in 8th, the last in reverse order. Jingo's in 9th, 8,000 RPM in 10th, Soko Brazy in 11th, and Cross Tommy rounding out the field. Now, while we wait for him to go around, we'll do a little bit of self-promotion here. If you like what you see, why not like and subscribe? If you are interested in knowing more about this league, we do have an Instagram page, a Discord page, and we also do have a website link. All that will be on the Instagram page, which is at UNF1. So go there if you're interested in knowing more about the drivers in the league.
At UNF1 Racing.
Yep, thank you. And other than that, UNF1 did have its last race at Suzuka last weekend. I will not spoil the results on air, but if you do go to the Instagram page, you'll find out what happened. Other than that, the season will start again January 10th at a venue unknown. So mark your calendars, and it'll be 2 p.m. Eastern on a Sunday, because January 10th is on a Sunday. So make sure you mark your calendars and tune in for that, because Freddie will be looking to defend his title. And with the 2-tier system possibly coming into play, well, actually will be coming into play, it'll be interesting to see how the new tiers and the new drivers coming in will shape up the league. But as Timid just lost the back end, I don't know if damage is under safety cars. Do you know offhand?
I'm pretty sure it is, but
I don't see any damage on his wings after
hopefully that's not a case of texting and driving. You never like to see that, boys.
Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't operate heavy machinery while under the influence of anything. That's a UNF1 fun fact for you, even though that's common sense. Anyways, they come around the field. Yep, Timid doesn't have any wing damage, so I don't see anything wrong with his wings. So I guess
it looks clean to me. Just a little bit of styrofoam.
Yep, so I guess he hit that wall a ton, though, so I guess no damage under formation laps, which I guess is lucky. But anyway.
See here, Sinbad's got to weave through the cars to get back to his P2 position.
And wait for the 5 red lights here, and we are going to be heading on to the sprint race here, and away they go. Nope, they don't yet. We have to wait a second here.
We should probably just get used to this little moment.
I know. I like making that little joke, because it's always fun.
And
anyway,
away they go.
Now they're off, as JWM gets a good start, it seems, as it does, as Timid, though, looks like he got a somewhat okay lunge, but he's not going to make
got the inside line.
Will he make a move?
JWM here.
No,
looks
but it's
clean throughout
J707.
The field, solid, bumps Slotty Bang a bit.
As I think that's Young Chestappen around.
Oh, he's caused carnage.
Big carnage. Big
carnage. Oh, that's Toss
Cross Tommy.
8,000 RPM. Viper Noah. A group of talented drivers all caught up in a big piece of...
And Cross Tommy's forced to retire from that incident, so... this is not the race Cross Tommy wanted. No points in either race. Well, maybe the first race he may get 1 or 2, but right now it's still 0, so... You do not want to see that, as that was also not good.
Young Chestappen managed to recover relatively quickly from all of what he caused. He's on the back of Slotty. Oh, and Slotty Bang gets turned around now. Oh, that's unfortunate to see.
Yep.
So now Chaz is up to P6. Sogo Brazy is.
As we do have a battle for the lead, Timot's kind of hounding the back of JWM. I didn't want to cut you off, but yeah, JWM does go wide. We do got a lot to cover here. As I do want to go back real fast and explain that incident, is that Young Chestappen got loose and just caused a chain reaction where I think another driver reacted poorly and the whole field went through Calamity Corner. It looks like Timot's going to try to make a move here, but J7's also on his rear end. He went to the inside. He's going to try to make it on the outside. No double swerve. That's legal. But he's not going to take an aggressive blanking lunge into corner 1. But JWM does go too deep, as he's going to do a switchback, and he will successfully make the pass work.
Yeah, Timbad took the better racing line there, got the move done easily.
So as we look at J7 kind of hounding, as it looks like Tim was the pole sitter, so if he can keep everything clear, he should be good.
Yep, as Chazza got the move done on Brazy, something must have happened there.
Yep.
As Crudity has pulled a bit of a gap.
Yep, as we work our way through the field, have to get a second here to just taking a sip of water. Look at my phone there. Look at the chat, see if anything happens. So, sorry for the interruption. As J707 is counting the back of JWM. JWM keeps passing in a preseason, so we should pull him. Maybe Hungary's not his track. As it looks like he's kind of a sitting duck. And J707 kind of wants to get by. Tim is going off in the night, and he's only got 5 laps. Trying to get him. Every lap he can't get by, he loses time. But yeah, that was... I don't want to keep hounding on the start, but yeah, Toss went from winning the first race to now barely inside the points, which that must stink.
I'm gonna say adjust your mic, Pepsi. It sounds a little bit.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Yep. Anyway, Tim does set the fastest lap of the race. Good for him. DRS is now enabled, but J77 was kind of have to wait one more lap to make use of said DRS.
Looks we got a three-way battle for P2 right now. Crudity is on the back of J707. He's on the back of JWM Films.
As we do have like a nice little train forming here, and that's all to the benefit of Timid, because Timid's just kind of clocking away. 2-second lead, and it's growing.
Yeah,
Sokol Brazy kind of around there. Sorry to cut you off as he spins in front of the group. But he resets the track. But he's going to lose a lot of time there and get actually Slotty gets a 2-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As we look with the rest of the field here, yep, nothing has really changed. What were you going to say? Sorry, Fretch. We cut you off for that turn there, if you remember what you were going to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, that just, my prediction with Timbed really pulling away has kind of come true here. That he kind of made that move on JWM second lap, and it's just kind of pulling away with it now.
Because it looks like JWM.
If he can learn from his mistakes in the feature race and keep that back end stable, he should be good to go.
Noah just made a pass for 7th, but he's getting kind of hounded as we do have a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that just crossed Tommy's retired AI. Is that Gus Tommy's AI? No, that's actually 8,000 RPM spinning it, so never mind. So no penalty anything for cross. As J707 is going to get past here, possibly for second from JWM's going to get past by J707 as he makes the move going turn around the outside. Can he make it work? No, JWM's going to squeeze him out, and no.
That was some good defensive driving.
It was. He'll have a little bit more DRS here. Can he make something work? Nah, he's going to have to tuck behind. He may have a chance here. Never mind. No, because the outside line is a better corner here, and JWM's going to get a good exit. He may be brazen enough to try something.
Is going for the inside. Wow. He got the better exit there. He makes the move. Wow. Good for him to get the inside line there. That's
correct.
He didn't get a penalty, so we're good.
Yep. Yeah, he did a similar move to what Freddie did to Cross when we were here at Hungary. Made the move before the corner ended, so that would have been legal in UNF1. If that rule was in place here, that would be legal here too. So no penalties, no nothing. Good job, J707. You may win overtake of the race. There wasn't a for that. But I think it's a little too late to catch anyone else. We do have a yellow flag in sector 2. Lot on the field here.
Jing goes.
Actually, I'm going to go back to this battle here because Crudy's getting hounded by Young Chastappen and JWM's. So Jingos, yep, did lose it. I'm going to cut away real fast. Yep, Jingos did lose it. Nothing really worth reporting.
Yeah,
as Young Chastappen looks like he's going to try to make a move around the outside here. And it looks like he's going to be setting up nicely, but I think Crudy's in DRS range, so he's not, unless he's got a car set up for more straight line speed, he's not going to make anything happen. Actually, never mind, Crudy does not have DRS. So, but he's not going to get a good enough exit. Oh, but he's going to go for an aggressive lunge on Crudy. Oh,
he gets the move done.
He makes it nice.
Beautiful move by Chaz, and he's got the DRS wide open now.
Beautiful.
He's going to be on the hunt for JWM.
He's going to try to get that last pole position as JW goes wide in that corner, making it kind of easy for Chastappen to catch him. Slotty looks like he's hounding the back of Noah, but again, we'll keep an eye on that. But maybe we'll cut to it right now because there's a little bit of a space.
Yeah, Slotty looks like he's about to...
Young Chastappen's got a 2-second for multiple warnings. That's not good considering the fact no one else around him has a penalty.
Only two laps left yet. Now the drivers around him can play cautious.
Yep.
Slotty, he just touches the white curve there. He is a cautious driver. I've noticed that Slotty is a little bit patient.
Young Chastappen has to get
got good skill, but he's got 2 laps left here. He's got to make a move on Noah.
Yep, as it looks like Youngstad may go for a move here on JWM. He's going to go on the inside. Again, aggressive lunge. Oh, he touches him, and he gets a side pod. That was too aggressive, man. I get you want to make that move happen, but beyond the straight, you're going to have JWM because he's out of DRS range. He should have been more patient. And that's not going to help because of the 2-second time penalty. He was probably going to fall anyway, but that ain't going to help him. As Crudy now in P4, going to try to make a move on JWM for the final points paying position. Oh, sorry, not final points paying position, final podium slot. He's going to have DRS around the outside. Not as aggressive breakers, JWM, as they touch side pods. JWM is going to hold the spot, but I think Crudy's not too thrilled about it. As Crudy's going to try to make a move here, now he's going to tuck behind. He'll have one more attempt at it, presumably on that long straight, so he's just going to have to tuck behind unless he can get a good X here. Nah, he's too far away, so he's just going to have to sit behind and hope he can make something happen.
Going to have to drive a clean lap here and get that last lap overtake into turn 1.
Slotty also trying to make a move too on Noah here in this corner, but he's close enough, but just not. Like, he's going to have to set himself up for the straight and try to avoid the curb of death. As that Crudy's just hounding the back of JWM. He's just looking, He may try a move here in this straight, but if I was him, I'd probably wait for that long straight. Just hold on, but he's going to go for it now, it seems. Will he? No, he's just going to tuck behind. So never mind, he's actually taking my advice. Just stay behind and make a move on that straight. As Soko Brazy gets a 2-second time penalty.
I think Crudity learned a lesson from Chaza there.
Don't be your own worst enemy. But is he too far out to make a move happen?
He's got to get a good exit here. Just kind of lost a little bit of time in these last 2 corners.
I don't think he's going to have enough to make a lunge. He's got a half a second down. Nope,
he's going to have to make it go in, and he's going to have to make it go in into turn 3 here.
Gets a good entry. He's going to see here. He's going to try some up. Nah, he's still a bit too far away. So he's just going to have to tuck behind and hope one more spot opens up. Because that was probably his best chance to make a pass in that straight. And he lost it.
Yeah, that contact that JWM made with him was just, that's what threw him off.
As you're not missing anything up front. Oh, we have a yellow flag, sector 1. I think just Soko Brazy went around. Not worth noting. Young Chesthaven gets another 2-second time penalty, which is kind of interesting. He got 4 seconds worth of time penalties, 7 laps.
Crudy's on the back of JWM now.
Correct.
See, yeah, he's looking to make a move. He's going to be aggressive. Oh, he spins it.
Oh, he does. You're right.
Curse. Commentator's curse. I saw how he was moving the car there. He was going to go in for a move aggressively until this last sector.
I do want to point out that Tosmasab was in that opening wreck, and now he's P5.
Yep, good for him. That was a great recovery drive from most of the drivers involved. Noah, Young Chesthaven, Toss My Salad, they were all involved in that. Slotty Bang
Probably
as well.
The worst offer was Cross. Anyway, as Timid is going to win his 2nd sprint race in a row here, as he will take home the checkered flag. J707 going to come around the corner here. He has no penalties. He's 9 seconds down, but he will take P2. And JWM Films will come home and take the final the final podium spot. I keep saying points paying finishes. As Toss Myself actually get P4 because of Young Chesthaven's penalties. Actually, Young Chesthaven will fall down to 6th as Crudy will take 5th. And Noah will come home 7th. Slotty 8th. Soko Brazy will soon be finished 9th. Actually, I don't know because the time penalties we'll see in a second. But regardless, him and Jingles will take the final 2 points paying positions of this race. As we will see here, Jingles is going to cross the line, and he will finish 9th. Yep, so Soko Brazy will finish 10th. It was a great race for the ART boys. 1-3 in the first race, 4-5 in the second race. That's going to help them in the Constructors by a lot.
Yeah, it was a really poor showing today from Carlos Tommy, our championship leader. Did he score any points? I don't think he did. I don't think he has.
Depending on how they
come out of this weekend, pointless.
Well, depending on how they rule on the tire situation, we'll decide whether or not he probably gets a point or 2. But regardless, he's only going to get 2 points at max. So
yeah, so that's unfortunate for him.
As we are waiting for, I think, 8,000. Yeah, we're waiting for 8,000 because he was barely ahead of Timid when he crossed the line. So he will be putting around P11. Yeah, Chunks Chapman was doing alright. He just needs to lay off the penalties.
So we'll get Toss My Salads and Tim Bed in here for interviews. I'll send him an invite.
That was the podium interview last week, or at least the driver review last week, so they'll be back here again. As we will watch the celebration here as Timid will make his way onto the podium along with J707 and JWM, who will be his first podium for JWM since joining the league, which is good for him. As we are waiting here, as we will take a look at the communication chats here and see if anyone's got some fuels or some anger here. Take a look at some things. Nope, nothing really. Welcome to the
Tim Bed joining us, our sprint race winner. Welcome, Tim.
Welcome, boys. Hold on 1 second while we get some things set up real fast. Just let the celebration play out, and then we'll be free to give you some interview questions. But, all right. Celebration has played out. So, quick rundown. One more time, the order is Timid in first, JO7 in second, JWM in third, Toss My Salad in fourth, Crudity in fifth, Young Chaz Happen in sixth, Viper Noah in seventh, Slotty Banged in eighth, Jingos in ninth, SoCo Brazy in 10th, 8,000 RPM in 11th, and Cross Tommy having a race to forget, finishing P last in 12th.
Strong racing from our drivers all around. Much better showing than last week. Congratulations to Toss My Salad and Tim Bad, who we've got joining us here in the party chat. I guess we'll start first with Tim.
Actually, we should probably start with Toss, but regardless, you do whatever. It's your situation.
All right, Toss, go ahead, Toss.
All right, Toss, I'll start with you. You started P2 in the featured race, and you did relatively well. You just kind of you got that move done after Timid had a little bit of a problem, and you just pulled away. Was, again, like kind of similar to last week, was it challenging to a degree, or was it a situation where you just kind of said, all right, I got a big gap, I don't really need to worry as much, I kind of take my foot off the gas?
Yeah, I think as soon as I got like a little bit of a gap ahead, I kind of relaxed a little bit and stopped pushing as much because I'd had a lot of close moments where I almost spun, so I didn't want to end up facing the wrong way, so I just calmed down a little bit, put it that way.
I guess we do have another question in the featured race here. Is really there's not much else I can really say. I can't think of much else in the featured race you really did. But I guess I could say with Cross Tommy having such a bad race in the featured race with the possible disqualified. Jesus. Anyway, being disqualified, does that give you hope that you possibly close the gap, or are you still fighting?
Yeah, obviously Tommy is outstanding driver, but obviously it helps me a lot when stuff like that happens. Obviously it's unfortunate, and I'd rather do it, I'd rather beat him on track than, his internet to hinder him. But yeah, it helps obviously, but it's not ideal at the same time.
Fretch, do you have any more questions?
Nope, we can move on to Tim.
Actually, wait, I do have one more for Toss. About the sprint race. You were involved in that Calamity Corner lap 1 with Cross and the other ones, and you were able to recover to P4. How did it feel after being in that lap 1 accident where you just kind of, was your spirits down, or did you say never give up?
Not really, because of what happened in the feature race. Everyone was spinning. I kind of had hope that the same would happen again. And I was quite good in the feature race in keeping penalties away. So I was quite hopeful maybe if other people get some, then I could jump a few positions. I got 2 seconds on the last lap, but luckily Young just happened had 4 seconds, so I was able to take his position, and Crudity spun on the last lap, so I was looking for a P5, but then P4 ended up.
Basically a shade of how you got your first podium in UNF1 when Pepsi and Cross both had penalties and you were able to jump them. But I think that if Fretch has no more questions, I think we are good. So good job on your featured win today, and we will move on to Timid.
Thanks.
Timid, you qualified on pole, and you looked like you had the speed here today during the featured race, and then during the featured race you just seemed to get kind of loose and aggressively just kind of just losing the back end. So I guess my question is that just did the car feel loose to you, or did you just kind of lose your cool and just kind of just lost your flow, I guess?
both not. My controller, like, I don't know what happened to the controller, but when I first spun, my controller like disconnected for a second, so I just went wide and had to come back onto the circuit and then just spun. And afterwards, yeah, just. But the car wasn't feeling bad. I showed in the sprint race, obviously, like having no problems at all. But I don't know what happened there with the controller and stuff. I had to change controllers, and afterwards it worked again better. So I don't know what happened there to the controller, but.
So you switched controllers from feature to sprint? I just want to clarify that. Or did you switch
No,
during the feature
after
race?
After I spun first, I just directly switched controller.
Okay.
Swearing all over the place.
Yeah. Second question would be that I was looking through the Discord chat, and you and J707, you don't seem kind of happiness with J707 right now. Do you care to give your opinion on what happened possibly between you two?
Yeah, I was catching him after my first pit stop in the feature race. And then I was like 1.5 seconds behind him. He nearly spun at the end of sector 2, and I tried to go around the outside, lifted off, and he still came back across me, and I hit his back a bit. Nearly took me out there, and like 2 or 3 corners later he left me no space and we both spun out. I was not really happy with him because
that explains the incident that we just about missed in sector 3 there.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you do have the clip, make sure you send it to the stewards, and the stewards will give it a
I already sent it.
Oh, good. Well, good. You're on the 8 ball, which is good to have for this league.
Yes.
Fretch, do you have any questions?
No, I'd just like to say congratulations. You really showed your talent today, and looking forward to seeing what you can do throughout the season.
Mm-hmm. Because when Cross is kind of bad performance, again, it's easy to leapfrog him. But anyway, that will do it here for UNF2 Round 3 Hungary. I'm not 100% if Round 4 will happen because it is the day after Christmas. Right now, it is still slated, and I believe what track we're going to, Fretch?
We're going to be at Silverstone. It looks like we're going to maybe postpone it by a day or two. It looks like it's going to be around the Christmas break. We're going to put up a league vote, and you guys just stay tuned on the Instagram, and we'll keep you guys updated.
Regardless of whatever time it does start, it will still be 2 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, keep an eye on the Instagram, and you'll get an updated time. But right now, it's still slated for the 26th. But again, we shall see. But for me, Pepsi Freak 212, and Fretchia right here, we're signing off. Have a good day, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.